Wondering what this thing is that is in the center of our classroom. This is our slab roller. That means that we can roll out big pancakes of clay pretty easily because the thing that's going to do all the work is this cylinder over here, which is a very heavy piece of steel. There's some pros and cons with this though. This is really super heavy and it will crush anything that goes in its way. So anytime we are using the slab roller, we make sure that we have both of our hands on the wheel that controls this cylinder. And we also make sure that nobody has their hands anywhere near it. That's really important because this is going to put a lot of pressure on whatever is near it. And it will crush everything. So we always start off with the wheel as far back as it will go. The second part of the slab roller is this heavy piece of canvas that has a lot of texture on it that is attached to the slab roller at the end. And then we have these guys. These are boards that are not attached to the slab roller that raise and lower the bed the clay sits on. This is the way that we roll out the clay. Anytime you use the slab roller, you have to have the clay going in two different directions. So you roll just like we do in real life when we're rolling out a slab. We roll one way, we turn it, we roll the other way. The same thing happens with the slab roller. So the first thing that we do, depending on how thick our clay is to remove this guy. Okay, so now the bed is lowered. I can take my clay. These are the supplies that I need. I have about a 1-inch thick square of clay that I cut from the block of clay. I have a slab mat that goes on the bottom. My clay goes on top. And then I'm going to put another slab mat on top. So it's like a sandwich. There's a slab mat on the bottom, the clay in the middle, slab mat on top. I'm going to push it all the way to the edge of my slab roller, all the way to where my little cylinder is, and then I'm going to put that piece of fabric over the whole thing, and I'm going to start rolling. I'm going to feel where the clay is because it's going to be harder to roll where the clay is. Then when I'm done, and I can feel it being really loose, I can roll it back. Again, anytime you use this, both hands are on the wheel. I'm going to lift my fabric, and then I'm going to make sure that my clay is not stuck to my slab mat by peeling my slab mat away. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this guy back. This is going to raise the bed of the slab roller so that I have a thinner slab of clay. But just like my rolling it out with a rolling pin, I have to rotate my clay. So this is what it looked like when it went into the slab roller. My clay is now a little bit longer. I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it. So now it's going to face this way. So the rolling pin cylinder came in and made it longer. So now I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to put it back on my slab mat. I'm going to push it all the way in. I'm going to put my slab mat back on top. And then I am going to roll it out again. Put this back, go back. Hold on to this. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take a rib, and I am going to compress my clay with the rib. The same way I would be compressing it if I was rolling a slab out by hand. I'm going to rib it. I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to rib the other side. And the reason why we rib the clay is because we want to compress the clay. We want to make it smooth. Always, we want to have smooth clay. But we also want to compress it. We want to press it down. So we have a nice, clean slab of clay. And then, now we have a piece of slab of clay that we can use, and we didn't have to spend all of that energy rolling it